Hey everyone, it's Kevin Jones with Life, Mind, and Money. There is more talk about a second stimulus check. Is this for real? I'm not sure, but we're going to go into direct details about this because this one comes straight from the White House. So let's dive in. As always, Life, Mind, and Money is here for you to get you through personal finance in these times. So if you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button. And don't forget the notification bell as well, as it'll provide you future videos. And for added measure, please smash that like button as it helps me take on the YouTube algorithm. So let's get into it. More conversation about a second stimulus bill. Is this real? Well, let's go back to yesterday when President Trump had an interview with somebody who really pressed him on whether a second stimulus check was coming. The interviewer was trying to really state that there's many states that are hurting and they need additional cash for many people, a lot of our citizens. And here are some direct quotes from the president on exactly what he said yesterday. So the interview started as, "Are you going to get the second check out there?" And the president responded, "Yes. Yeah, we are. We are." When pressed for more answers from the interviewee, he said, "We'll be doing another stimulus package. It will be very good. It will be very generous." As he kept going on, "You'll find out about it. You'll find out more." And lastly with that, he says, "I think over the next week, I think it's going to be a bipartisan. I think it's going to be over the next couple of weeks, probably." So those are the exact quotes from the interview. And what does that tell me? I'm not sure. Because frankly, a lot of this has to do with politics. I think there is some genuine interest in the White House to actually provide another stimulus check. I mean, just think about it. We already had the HEROES Act passed by the Democrats in the House, which would include another $1,200 stimulus check. But there was some additional money that would be provided within that for kids, because before it was $500 a kid, and under the HEROES Act, it would be $1,200 a kid. So potentially, some families may come out with more money in that scenario. I think the White House is struggling with here is that what areas of our economy, what Americans actually need the additional money? Does it need to be a blank check where all Americans get it under some threshold of income? Or do we need to be more targeted? Another quote that literally just came out an hour ago is directly from Larry Kudlow, which is the top economic advisor at the White House. And he kind of went into the comments of that, what our president said yesterday, but he is of a different mindset about how that money should be spent if we're going to do another stimulus check out to Americans. And frankly thought that should be more targeted to out-of-state, out-of-work Americans and those in the most need. So what would that look like? I would imagine for people who lost their jobs directly to COVID, then those people would qualify. For those who are in the most need, probably people who have some lower income level. Remember, if you had $75,000 or less, or $150,000 or less under the original CARES Act, the first stimulus check that went out, you qualified. Now, are they thinking about providing an additional check for people who have even lower income levels than that? Quite possibly. But I think there's going to have to be a fine balance here. Now, think about it. The president's comments stated that a check will go out that he believes that will be bipartisan. So the Democrats have kind of made themselves quite known through the HEROES Act about what they're after. So will the president come all the way there or come halfway to provide a similar check? Now, while they're trying to figure out if another stimulus check is going to be given out to Americans here in the next few weeks or months or whenever they come up with this, there's going to be some challenges here, and directly from the Republican senators. It has already been known by Senator Romney that he is opposed to additional money. And there's others like McConnell who I believe will have the similar mindset. We spent $3 trillion on 3 stimuluses before, and spending more money is frankly not the top of their list. So even if the White House is on board with sending more money out, I don't even know if he's going to be able to gain the support from the Senate to make this happen. Once again, this is a guessing game about how playing politics and trying to get the money out there. We'll simply have to see how this goes. So it's pretty interesting because you think about unemployment. Unemployment is at 13.3%, which is well above the Great Depression. And it's not going to be coming down below 10% anytime soon, as the recovery is going to take a lot of time. Despite the stock market doing so well, jobs will simply slowly come back. And it's going to be a while, maybe even until there's a vaccine to this whole pandemic, before we see a full recovery. I know a lot of people are hurting out there, and hopefully more money is on the way to those who need it the most. If you like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. If you got comments, leave them below. I'd love to respond to them. And lastly, if you haven't done so, please hit that subscribe button if you want additional information we get through these times and address personal finance. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.